like this human race is honestly like one of the most retarded things on like this planet because it always amazes me. Yeah, you've got like we all collectively as a unit can agree that fucking there was giant dinosaurs, giant flying birds, fucking giant crocodiles, alligators, sharks, fish, and plants, trees. That all fucking giant things, yeah. But yet we can't fucking collectively as a unit come together and agree to the fact that giants exist or existed, even though that there is literal people that are fucking way over 7 foot are still alive today in this world. And it's like, not only that, it's like the tallest person to ever lived um, was Robert Lordo or Rondo or something like that. And this dude was fucking massive. I think he was just shy of like 8 foot. And that was back in the day where people were averaging like 5'2" and shit as a man. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But yeah, nah, people like in the NBA that are fucking coming in at 7'1" at fucking 16 years old and all this, that, and the other. It's like, yeah, giants never existed or ever just don't exist. They don't exist and they never have existed. And it's like, my guy, like the tallest person to ever play in the NBA was 7'7" for fuck's sake. But yeah, no, that's not giant. Sure, fucking Robert, damn near 8 foot, at 21 years old, in a time where people were like fucking averaging 5 foot. Yeah, not a giant. Gang, fucking idiots. It blows my mind. It's like we say that we're so fucking mentally advanced from fucking apes, but it's quite evident that we're not. I mean, what? Like, come on, let's be honest. We really ain't fucking evolved jack shit. What do we do to learn new information? We don't fucking go looking for new information like how fucking gorillas and apes want to find new territory, so they fucking go and find it. You know what I mean? We just sit there and expect it to drop in our laps. Like, yep, that's that. Like, we've found a new place, that's there. Wow. Or some shit like, where would you get information from that's around in your town? You know, like gorillas and shit like that would fucking, communicate with each other and find out what's happened. But us, the evolved ones, we rely on that fucking thing to tell us all about the shit that's happened within the week. And where the fuck does that shit come from? A fucking studio that anyone can rent out and just bang in some digital effects. Like, I could put on a digital effect to make it look like I've got a fucking devil on my shoulder, for fuck's sake. And if I've just plaster breaking news on it, people would fucking believe it. We're so fucking gullible. It is unfucking believable. It's like, I said this to someone today. I said to him, there is a very vast fucking difference to someone always telling the truth because they've got an obligation to, and just depending on them to actually tell the truth. Like, all the fucking shit on the news. Yeah, they've got the obligation to tell the truth, but the only thing that actually requires that is literally you've got trust in them to tell the truth. But then if you don't have trust in anything, then you're obviously, your mind isn't caged in like a little bird. Like, it's not caged in to think, oh yeah, these people are always telling the truth. Oh yeah, this, that, and the other. There's no one going into Iraq and trying to fucking blow up places because they won't give the oil over to the first world countries. Yeah. See, like, they won't tell you about that on the fucking news. They'll just turn around and be like, oh, Taliban's this, Taliban's that. Oh yeah, join up with the army and shoot one in the head. See? See the whole difference there? Me, someone who don't trust jack shit, isn't bound by normal society's rules to think in such a degrading way. But people who have unfound amounts of trust in a fucking television program would be the ones sitting there getting shipped off to Iraq, Pakistan, or wherever the fuck they think there's terrorists. You know what I mean? It's, you know what I mean? Like, as soon as you stop the fucking bird in there being caged up, you're free. You're mentally free, but then you just got to work on physically being free. But you can't physically be free while you're forced to pay taxes for a fucking world that nobody actually fucking owns. And water, gas, electricity, we don't own none of that shit. Yeah, it was invented by man, but we don't own said fucking shit like that. Like, we don't need to. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, vote for your local politician because they're just going to fill your head with all these lies about how the lefts are the terrorists and then the rights always there. Like, yes, yes. And then you've got the rights being told that the lefts are the terrorists and then the lefts are rights and terrorists, and it gets all big clusterfucked. And it's like, yo, you don't have no fucking idea. The democracy that is running this world is fucking flawed as fucking Jimmy Savile's workout routines, bruv. It does not work out well. You know what I mean? It never has, and never will. And you could say I'm just being cynical or like being a pessimist. It really don't fucking make any difference, because you can call me a pessimist and all that bitch, but history is written down. Look at all the shit that's been caused through democracy, wars, greed, money. All that shit has been caused, and like, no one's batting a fucking eyelid about it. It's like, oh yeah, all throughout history this shit's happened, but no one seems to give a fuck. And it's like, really? You're not going to give a fuck that all this has happened? And what do they all have in common? All while under the democracy of people who have their best interests of themselves and not of the people they're supposed to be protecting. And that's honestly the truth. Is because if you're a democracy that only cares about people in said democracy, then they're not going to fucking care about the people that are poor, homeless, begging for fucking meals and shit. They won't give a fuck about them. Never do, they never will. And that's the harsh, cold reality of it. But then, like, you know, if the actual people of them places was put in charge, they wouldn't be just sitting there focusing on, oh yeah, let's make the rich more rich and all this shit. Now, they would be trying to get people of their same, like, social standards out of said shit place. Like, the hierarchies that have run this world for fuck knows how many years is what's caused the decline of humankind as a whole. Because, think, without a fucking hierarchy, then there wouldn't have been any rich or anything like that. You wouldn't be frowned upon just because you're fucking broke. You wouldn't be frowned upon because you're fucking homeless by some next rich white boy, you know what I mean? You wouldn't get that. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just, you can't really even, like, come to comprehend any of that shit while you're still blindly voting for said fucking Republican, Democrat, UKIP, Spastak, Dick Dat, Pimpap, and all that crap, you know what I mean? So it don't really make a difference. I'm actually fucking surprised that out of the amount of history that we have documented in, like, different parts of the world and, like, just in this country as a whole, the fact that we don't even have like the fucking presence of mind to be like, politics, history. This seems to be turning out very well. It is almost too well that we don't need to change it. It's like, come on, like, how the fuck are you voting for these same pricks every single fucking, like, couple of years and that? And it's like, hasn't history taught you enough that this fucking shit that we've got going on right now is what has caused all these wars and shit? It's just like, bruv, use your fucking brain. Like, this is why I say we have not evolved from shit, because we have not evolved at all. We're fucking retarded. Well, at least some of us are. Because, like, how the fuck do you see that shit from years ago and up to the present day happening and all that shit, and then you'll just say, like, do you know what we need? More of the same thing. Like, bruv, I'm not even gonna lie. I literally would put money on the retards of today outweigh anyone's stupidity. And I'm not talking like the medical term of being a retard. No. I mean like legit. You people that fucking like go around voting all that shit thinking stuff's gonna change, you're part of the problem. Is it going to take another 1,000, maybe 2,000 years for you to actually comprehend that doing the same shit over and over and over again isn't going to work, since Albert Einstein or some shit said doing the same thing but expecting different results is insanity? So if that's true, then why the fuck are you still doing it? Is the whole world just fucking insane? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? It's just stupid when you think about it. And quite frankly, like, the people that are mentally retarded, the ones that are like fucking dribbling vegetables in wheelchairs and shit, I'll put money on they've got more humanity than the fucking retards that constantly be voting. I'll put money on that, because, well, they ain't the ones that have been screwing up the fucking whole world for the past, I don't know, 2,000 years at least. But, you know, that's for a new story on the next time. So